I read my girlfriend's secret diary. What I found broke me. It was a normal Saturday, raining outside. We had just come back from the grocery store. She went to take a shower. I stayed in the living room, scrolling through my phone. But then I saw it. Her diary, lying open on the coffee table, just sitting there. Pages flipped halfway. Ink still fresh, like she had been writing in it just minutes before. And for some reason, I couldn't look away. I knew I shouldn't. I've always respected her privacy. But something about the way it sat there, like it was calling me, made my heart race. So I did it. I read the first line. I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this. That's when I felt it. A chill, a fear. Something deep inside me started to twist, because that line didn't sound like love. It sounded like pain, and I had no idea what I was about to uncover. I kept reading. She wrote about things I never knew, secrets I never imagined, names I didn't recognize, feelings I thought were only mine, but they weren't. There was someone else, someone real, and everything I thought was true began to fall apart. Right in front of me. In the next few pages, she wrote about a man, not me, another man. She called him him. She said he understood her in ways I never could, that we were stuck in a cycle, that she wasn't happy, that she wanted out, but she stayed. Why? Because she said she felt guilty, because she said she loved me, but not enough. Enough to stay, enough to lie, enough to write every single word of it down. I dropped the book. My hands shook. I looked toward the bathroom. The water was still running. She didn't know. She had no idea I had seen it all. And now, I didn't know what to do. Do I confront her? Do I pretend I never saw it? Or do I walk away? This isn't just a story about betrayal. It's about trust. It's about silence. And it's about what happens when the person you love most keeps a secret so big. It changes everything. If you want to know what happened next, stick around, because this story is far from over. I sat there, frozen, the diary still open in my hands, my heart pounding like it was trying to escape. Everything I thought I knew about us, about her, about us, had just been turned upside down, and yet she was still in the shower, singing softly, the way she always did, like nothing had changed, but everything had. I read those words again. I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this. Who was this man? How long had this been going on? Why didn't she tell me? So many questions, no answers, only silence, and a pain that started in my chest and spread through every part of me. I closed the diary slowly, placed it back where I found it. I couldn't let her know I saw it. Not yet. Not until I figured out what to do. Later that night, we ate dinner like normal. She smiled, laughed at something silly on TV. I barely touched my food. She asked if I was okay. I said I was tired. She kissed my cheek and said she loved me, and I said it back, even though I wasn't sure what that word even meant anymore. That night, I couldn't sleep. I watched her breathe beside me, her face peaceful, calm. Did she dream about him, or was she only pretending to be asleep? I wanted to scream, to cry, to shake her and ask why. But I stayed quiet, because I needed to know more. I needed to find out who he was. So the next morning, I waited for her to leave for work. Then I went through her phone, not because I'm a bad person, but because I was broken, and broken people do desperate things. I didn't go through texts or emails. No, I went straight to her search history, and there it was.
His name, Ethan.
She had searched for him, looked up his job, his Instagram, saved a photo of them together. They were standing close, smiling. He looked happy. She looked free, like she never looked with me. I stared at the screen, my whole body numb. This wasn't some fantasy, this was real. And now I had proof. But what was I supposed to do with it? Confront her? Leave? Pretend it didn't happen? None of the options felt right. All I knew was this: I couldn't live like this, in the dark, loving someone who was already gone. I didn't know how long I sat there, staring at that photo, her smile, his arm around her waist. They looked like a couple, like real lovers, not the kind you hide, the kind you show off. And here I was, still sleeping next to her every night, still making her coffee in the morning, still believing we were building something real. How many times had she lied to my face? How many times had she said I love you while thinking about him? That's when it hit me. This wasn't just cheating. It was silence. It was secrets. It was living inside a lie so big, I couldn't even see the truth until it was shoved in my face. I wanted to leap. I wanted to scream. But mostly, I wanted answers, so I waited for her to come home. She walked in like nothing was wrong, smiling. "Hey babe," she said. "You okay? You look tired." I almost laughed. Tired? No. I was broken, but I stayed calm. "I saw your diary," I said. Her smile dropped. "What? You heard me." She froze, her keys still in her hand, her bag slipping off her shoulder. Then came the silence. The kind that hurts. Finally she whispered. "When?" "Yesterday," I said, "after you took your shower." She sat down on the couch, slowly, like she was trying not to fall apart. "I never meant for you to find out like this," she said. Those words, so small, but they crushed me, because they weren't denial, they were admission. "So it's true?" I asked. "You've been seeing someone else?" She looked away. "Yes," she said softly. My heart stopped, just like that. One word, two letters. Yes, I felt everything go cold. I sat down across from her. "Why?" I asked. "Why did you do this?" She started crying. "It wasn't like that," she said. "I didn't plan for any of it." I stared at her. "How does something like this just happen?" She wiped her tears. "He works at my office. We became friends. Then more. When? A few months ago. A few months. That meant, this had been going on for weeks, maybe longer. All this time, I thought we were fine. We were good. We were happy. But she had already left. She just hadn't told me yet." I sat there, staring at her. "Months." She said it started months ago. That meant I had been living a lie for weeks, maybe even longer, and I didn't even know it. I asked her one more time, "Why didn't you tell me?" She looked down. "I was scared," she said. "I didn't want to hurt you." I almost laughed. "Too late." "You think this hurts less?" I asked. "Finding out from your diary, from a photo on your phone." She cried harder. I didn't know how to say it. I stood up. "That's the thing," I said. "You didn't have to say it to me. You just had to stop doing it." She looked up at me. "I never wanted to cheat," she said. "It just happened." Those words. It just happened. Like it wasn't her choice. Like she wasn't responsible. Like love is something that just falls out of your hands. But it isn't. Love is work. Love is honesty. And she stopped doing both a long time ago. I walked into the bedroom and started packing. She followed me. "Please don't leave," she said. I turned around. "Do you even understand what you did?" She shook her head. "I never meant to hurt you, but you did," I said. I zipped my bag. "I need to go." She reached for my hand. I pulled away, because in that moment I realized something. Not just that she cheated, but that I had already let go. I just didn't know it, until now. I walked out the door, and I didn't look back. I walked out that door, not knowing where I was going, not caring. All I knew was I couldn't stay there one more second. The city was loud. People were moving. Life was going on like nothing had changed. But for me, everything had. I walked for what felt like hours. My phone buzzed in my pocket. It was her. Text after text. "Please talk to me. I'm so sorry. Don't leave me." I didn't reply. What was there to say? She had already said everything in that diary. And now the silence between us was louder than any argument we could have had. I found a bench near the park and sat down. It was getting dark. Cold wind hit my face. I looked up at the sky. Just me, alone. And for the first time I let it all out. I cried, not just because she cheated, but because I loved her, because I thought we had something real, because I believed every word she ever said. And now I didn't know what to believe anymore. A few hours passed. My phone buzzed again. This time not from her, from a friend. "Hey man, you good? You haven't been online in hours." I replied with a simple, "No." That's all I needed to say. He called me. I answered, and I told him everything. About the diary. About Ethan. About how I found out. How I left. How I didn't know what to do next. He listened, didn't judge, didn't tell me what to feel. He just said, "You deserve better." Those words hit hard, because for the first time, I believed them. The next few days were a blur. I stayed at my friend's place, didn't go to work, didn't answer calls from anyone else, just silence. And thoughts, so many thoughts. I kept going back to the diary, to her words. She said she loved me, but not enough, not enough to stay, not enough to be honest. I kept asking myself, was I not good enough? Was I boring? Did I miss signs? Was it my fault? That's the thing about betrayal. It doesn't just hurt your heart, it breaks your mind. You start doubting everything, even yourself. I looked through old messages between us, photos, voice notes, things we used to say to each other. I love you more than anything. We're forever. Nothing will ever come between us. All lies now, or maybe they were true once. Maybe she meant them. Until she didn't. Until someone else made her feel something different, something I couldn't give her. I asked my friend one night, "How do you fix this?" He didn't have an answer, because there isn't one. There's no magic word, no apology that erases what happened. There's only time, and pain, and learning how to live with both. Then one day, I got a message from her, not a text, an email, long, detailed, like she had been writing it for hours. She apologized again, said she never wanted to lose me, said Ethan was a mistake, said she still loved me, said she wanted to fix things. I read it once, then closed it, didn't reply, because I knew the truth. You can't fix trust once it's gone. Once it cracks, it never heals the same way. And I realized something. This wasn't just about her. It was about me, about who I was when I was with her, and who I needed to become without her. I stayed with my friend for a week, then I went back home, not because I wanted to go back to her, but because I needed to go back to me. The house felt different, empty, even though she was still there. We didn't talk much. We lived like strangers under the same roof. She tried to reach out. I didn't push her away, but I didn't let her in either. There's no anger anymore, just sadness, and quiet acceptance. One night, she came into the living room, sat across from me. "I know you don't want to hear this," she said, "but I miss you." I looked at her, and for the first time, I didn't feel pain. I just felt distance. Because the girl sitting in front of me, she wasn't the same person I fell in love with. Maybe she never was. Maybe I built her up in my head, made her someone she wasn't. Or maybe she changed. Maybe we both did. I finally said something. "I miss you too." She looked surprised, but that doesn't mean I can stay. Her eyes filled with tears. "Why not?" "Because I can't trust you anymore," I said. And without trust, I stopped. Didn't need to finish. She knew what I meant. That night she packed a bag, left quietly, didn't say goodbye, didn't have to, because we both knew it was over. Not with a fight, not with screaming, just silence, and the end of something we used to call love. After she left, the house felt different, not sad, not angry, just quiet, like a storm had passed, and all that was left was the calm after. I walked through the rooms one by one. Our bedroom, the kitchen where we made breakfast every Sunday, the couch where we watched movies and held hands. Everything was still there, but we weren't. It hit me then. How fast love can fade. How something so strong can turn into something so fragile. Without warning, without permission. I sat down on the couch, looked at my phone. No messages, no calls, just silence. Then I thought about the diary again, about what she wrote. I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this. She wasn't happy. Maybe she hadn't been for a while. But why didn't she tell me? Why didn't she fight for us? Or maybe she did. In her own way. By staying. By trying. Until she couldn't anymore. That's when I realized, this wasn't just her story. It was mine too. We both failed each other. Not because we stopped loving, but because we stopped talking, stopped listening, stopped trying to understand. Love isn't just passion. It's work. It's honesty. It's showing up, even when you don't feel like it. And somewhere along the way, we both stopped showing up. I got up, went to the window, looked outside. Life was still happening. People were walking. Cars were passing. The world didn't stop, even though mine had. I took a deep breath, and for the first time since I read that diary, I felt ready to move forward. Not forget, not forgive, but move. Because some stories don't have happy endings, they just have lessons, and mine came with pain, with silence, with heartbreak, but also with growth, and now I get to write the next chapter, on my own terms. It's been a few months now, since I read the diary, since I found out the truth, since I let go, and life keeps going. I still think about her sometimes, not the lies, not the pain, but the good parts, the laughs, the quiet moments, the way she used to look at me when we first met, like I was the only person in the room, like I mattered. But memories don't heal you, time does, and distance, and learning to love yourself again. I started going out more, spending time with friends, working on things I used to put off. I even started writing, about everything, about her, about us, about what it feels like to lose someone, and still be standing. People asked if I've forgiven her. I don't know, maybe one day, but forgiveness isn't for her, it's for me, so I can move forward, without carrying all this weight. One night, I got a message from her. She said, "I hope you're happy, you deserve that." I didn't reply, but I meant it when I thought it. I hope she's happy too, because maybe that's what this was always about. Not betrayal, not cheating, just two people who wanted different things. At the same time, in the same relationship, we tried, we loved, we failed, but we lived, and now we both get to start over, separately. I'll never forget what happened, but I won't let it define me either, because sometimes, love ends, but life doesn't. Thanks for watching. If this story hit close to home, if you've ever felt betrayed, or if you're still healing from something like this, drop a comment below. Let me know you're not alone. And if you want more stories like this, hit subscribe, because trust me, there's always another chapter waiting.